Hey guys, my name is Dion, and today this will be part 2 if I can beat my Pokemon Hardcore Nuzlocke and Pokemon Heartgold. So I will say if it does look a bit laggy or anything, it's probably because when I was streaming this, my Wi-Fi was probably trash. Also, I was using my phone as a webcam, so if it ever looks laggy, it's because at the time I did not have my own webcam yet. So let's go ahead and get started. So first, I did get a Krabby and I named it Mr. Krabs. After that, we headed through the whole water area, and then we went straight to the gym leader. But also, I just want to mention that if you don't hear any music, it's because I don't know how this works, okay? I'm still very new to trying to figure this stuff out, so you're probably not going to hear any music if I'm being honest. So with Kenya, I decided to use agility. I don't know why, okay? I just know that I did. This was a couple months ago. I don't remember. After that, I get rock slide, and it did an insane amount, but you know, fair enough, fair enough. I don't know what I was on, okay? I decided to use aerial ace and hope for the best, and it ended up using double team, which was absolutely awesome. That means the next turn, I'll be able to kill it. But then, it uses a hyper potion, so I had to keep using aerial ace until I was able to kill it. Next Pokemon was a Poliwrath, and honestly, I was just gonna do the same thing for this Pokemon as well. So I started using aerial ace and hoping to kill it. I thought it was working out because it was on red HP, but then it used the berry, so I was a little concerned, but nothing to worry about. I also had realized that I was probably gonna have to sack Kenya just so I could have a clean switch in. So as soon as it used Surf, I switched into Eggy and used extra sensory, hoping that it would kill it, because honestly, I thought it was, and then it was on red HP. So that was insane. I was honestly like, how? After that, it used a freaking hyper potion. So after realizing that extra sensory was just not cutting it on Eggy, I decided to charm like 3 times before I decided to switch into God. After I switched to the God, I just kept using aerial ace until we were able to win. There was literally no strategy to this. I was just spamming stuff at this point. So after that, we headed straight to Jasmine. And I'm not gonna even lie, this is where it gets worse. Like I just know like this one was the worst stream yet. I remember my stream restarting a good 6 times. I knew this one was bad. Alright, so first I sent out Eggy. And you might be wondering, why did I send out Eggy? Well, it's because I have Flamethrower. Now, you might be wondering, how did I get Flamethrower? Oh, you know, I did a little, little something here. I did a little something over there. And I was able to get enough coins to get Flamethrower. Anyways, I used Flamethrower and I was able to knock it out in 1 shot. Next, the Magnemite used Thunderbolt, which did a lot of damage. I was like, ooh, I'm not gonna live another one. I used Flamethrower and I was able to knock it out in 1 shot. Alright, so this is where the problem starts to occur. Alright, I don't know about you, but I am absolutely terrified of this Steelix. I also do not have a single plan in my mind. This is straight off the brain, no strategy. So this is how I ended up dealing with it. But of course, look at my freaking cam, dude. Look how bad it looks. Oh my god. It was so bad. Just look at it. Look, you can see how stressed I was. Just look at me. Like... it was so bad. It was so bad. So after like maybe a good 20 minutes, I sent out Mr. Krabs and I start using Surf. And honestly, I'm actually super surprised it did more than half. I don't know what I was expecting, but I was not expecting that. And honestly, that's all I did. All I did was spam Surf until we won. Like, it just did some sandstorms, some screeches, and, you know, the super potions that it had. Honestly, this was a really easy fight. For some reason, I thought it was going to be a lot harder. Alright, so now heading to the next gym, which was the ice gym, I think. I goofed. Okay, so I actually went over the level cap. So most of my Pokemon are over the level cap at this point. As you can see here, all my Pokemon are like at 35. The level cap is 34. So I had to go work around and make a new team with the Pokemon I had in my box. I can't believe I goofed. So after picking a couple members, we went ahead and went to the next route. And honestly, I don't know what I was expecting. I really don't. But this... Oh, I got this ugly thing. Man... And I think I hurt its feelings because it would not stay in the ball. But after we caught it, we named it Sad Face and then we sadly moved on. So coming up, we're gonna face a bunch of like Team Rocket members and stuff. I honestly hate that place. I hate when you have to go and deal with Team Rocket. They're so annoying. But anyways, I'm probably gonna skip all of that and just show you if I lost a Pokemon or not. I lost some Pokemon. I'm so bad at the game. Oh, but we caught a Machop. I guess that's kind of cool. So after we caught the Machop, I gave it a really bad name. and I just named it Man. So heading to Mahogany Town, we go straight into the Lake of Rage to go ahead and get our next encounter, which is a shiny red Gyarados. So after I sent out Popcorn, I used Thunder Punch, and it uses Dragon Rage, which did considerably a lot of damage, but I thought it was okay, no biggie. And I go ahead and try to use a ball, but he kept breaking out, and he ended up getting my Popcorn to red HP. Honestly, I thought I lost Popcorn right then and there. Thankfully, I was not dumb enough, and I actually switched out. And then after a little bit, I was able to catch it. But if I'm being honest, it took like a couple minutes, I ain't gonna lie. So after we caught it, we named it Loki, and then we went ahead and did all that mumbo jumbo with Team Rocket. My only question is, why is there so many grunts that we have to face? Well, how did we end up here already? That's crazy. After that, we fight Ariana, and who ain't tell me there was a girl like this in this game? Anyways, we one-shot almost every Pokemon. Then we have to go deal with the Electrodes. I'm just hoping I don't get self-destructed. That'd be the worst way to lose a Pokemon. Thankfully, nothing happened, and then we went straight to the Ice Gym. And I might be stupid, but the last one was really hard. I could not solve this puzzle. It took me so long to figure out what the heck I was supposed to do. But once we got there, we went ahead and faced the gym leader. First, I used Focus Energy, and then Seal uses Icy Wind. And then it sets up a Hail, but I use Karate Chop. Then it uses another Icy Wind that actually lowers my speed, but I use Karate Chop with a critical hit to kill it. Next it sends out a Dugong, and I decide to switch out to Hector. But then I get absolutely destroyed, so I switch into Squidward and use Barrier. Then it starts spamming Aurora Beam, and then I just start spamming moves, hoping that I can kill it. Because I'm not gonna lie, this one was getting a little scary. After beating it up some more, it used Rest, and I was like, ain't no way. So I switch into Man, use Vital Throw, and I was able to take it out. Now it's up to the last Pokemon, Pillow-Swine. Honestly, I don't even know how it got poisoned, but it got poisoned. So I switch into James, and he uses a full restore. Then I start using Sludge, hoping that we could get a poison. And then we actually get the poison, which was really nice. And then it started spamming Blizzard, and it landed, and it KO'd me. And I ain't gonna lie, I am low-key butthurt about it. So I switch out Man, thinking that I was faster. I am not, and it ends up KOing me as well. I'm so bad at the game. Then I use Hector, I use Scary Face just in case if I died. And I used Crunch hoping it would kill. It didn't kill. It used Mud Bomb. Killed me. But the poison killed it. And I ended up winning. But at what cost? Man, I was just starting to like these Pokemon too. After that, we gotta face Team Rocket again. But this time, we need a Team Rocket costume. And I'm not gonna lie, it took me way too long to get this. So after getting our disguise and trying to make it inside the tower, our rival comes in and ruins it. Man, you know how long it took me to find that costume? Way too long. So after that, we fight a couple trainers, and honestly, it went by really easy, but I was scared. I thought something bad was gonna happen, but everything went fine. After that, we went to go talk to the chairman. Nope. So after that, we ended up fighting this boss or something, and the first thing he decides to do is start using self-destruct. That thing scared me. I thought my Pokemon about died. After that, I switched out Pokemon, and I just started spamming Surf, and luckily, I ended up killing everything without getting self-destructed. After that, he tells me where the director is, and he gives me the key, and I have to go down to the basement. As soon as I get there, I have to fight my rival. And I didn't think much about this fight, but let's go ahead and walk through to see what happens. So Turd sends out his Golbat, and I send out God. I use Horn Attack, and Golbat uses Air Cutter. It did way more than I thought, so I switched out. I switched in Popcorn and used Thunderbolt, but I got Confused Raid. I was able to land it, and I was able to finish it off. Next, it sends out a Feraligatr, and I thought this was going to be too easy. All I have to do is Thunderbolt. It uses Thrash. I'll get confused. Because of it, I don't land. I try again, still get thrashed. And I end up hurting myself again, so I had no choice but to switch out to half a pair. I use Vine Whip, the Feraligatr uses Thrash, then it uses Ice Fang, and it knocks me out, half a pair. That was my favorite Pokemon, I swear. I was devastated. After that, I send out Eggy, and I get Ice Fang, and I get Frozen, so I had no choice but to switch out to Squidward. I use Acid, didn't kill it. With the next turn, I send out Toxic Spikes, and then after that, I use Surf, and I was able to take it out. Then it sends out its Magnemite, and I just use Surf to one-shot it, and then I use Surf on the Haunter, and I was able to one-shot that as well. After that, it sends out a Sneasel, and then after getting poisoned, it uses Feint Attack, but I was able to land the Surf to take it down the red HP with poison. After that, it uses Feint Attack again. I didn't think it was gonna kill. It killed me. I was like, ain't no way. Because low-key, Squidward was holding me down. I'm not gonna lie. After that, I send out God. I get Feint Attack again. And then I use Brick Break. And then I got the win. But man, they hold a special place in my heart. I swear, Squidward was insane, I'm not gonna lie. After that, we went back to the Pokemon Center to heal, and then we made our way back to the radio tower to go face the leader. But on our way, we ended up finding this one specific trainer that, it was dumb. So it turns out I forgot to heal, and when I went to go face him, Eggy was already on red HP, so I switch him out after using Wish. I switch into Auto, I get Bite, but Wish heals me all the way back up. I use Whirlwind, I drag out the Weezing, I use Fly, it uses Sludge, takes me to red HP, I get Poison, and knocks me out. Okay, so after this, I don't know what happened to the footage. It's just gone, or I just forgot to add it in, but I just won. After that, I faced the final boss. He sends out a Handor, and I used Thunderbolt, and I was able to knock it out. After that, I switched out into Loki. He uses Feint Attack, I use Dragon Rage, and then Houndoom uses Feint Attack again. Leaves me on red HP. But after that, I used Dragon Rage. Didn't do jack because I forgot Loki doesn't have a water type move. I switched into Mr. Krabs. I used Surf, and I was able to get it to orange HP. After that, it uses Bite, but I used another Surf, and I was able to knock it out. After that, it sends out a Coughing. I used Surf, got it to red HP, and then it knocked me out. So I had to send in Eggy, and then I used Wish. I clicked on the wrong move, take a blow, and then I used Extra Sensory like I was trying to do, and I was able to kill it. After that, we finally beat the Team Rocket leader, and we never have to see these people again. So after that, we make our way to the last gym leader, and we're gonna speedrun this because I feel like this is taking way too long. So after fighting this trainer, we go ahead and get our next Pokemon, which is in the water. After getting a bunch of Magikarps, we finally got a Pokemon, and we got Poliwag. Once we caught it, we named it Jinbei. If you like One Piece, I like you too. Like the video, subscribe. After that, we hit the ice cave and got our next encounter. We ended up getting a Swinub, and we named it Matt, but I accidentally forgot the A, so now it's MTT, but it still stands for Matt. And then after being here for way too long, we make our way to the last city where we faced the last gym leader. And honestly, I have a Gyarados and I got a Dragon Rage, so I thought I was chilling. But after trying to figure out how this puzzle works, which I admit maybe took me a little too long to figure out, we ran into this one trainer that I did not know was gonna mess me up so bad. To be fair, after I fought the first trainer, I decided not to heal like a complete dummy. So it was all on me. Okay, this all went wrong because of me. All because I did not want to heal. Okay. Let's just go ahead and watch this. Try to face every trainer. Oh no! Yo! What was I thinking? No! Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm actually so dumb. Why did I try that? So now y'all see how dumb I am. I don't know what I was on, okay? So after this, nothing else happened, and we went ahead and faced the gym leader. But before we get started, I just want to say, oh man, watching myself play this gives me, oh man, I'm just so dumb, okay? So this is like when I first started playing, and I just make some dumb decisions. Like, it is insane. I've been playing for a while now, and just like watching me play hurts, because I am just so trash. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm looking at it now, I'm like, why did I do some of these move choices? Like, some of these were absolutely pointless, and I just want to get that out the way before we get started. Alright, so I start off with Broken, and I use Thunderbolt, and yes, I know, special attack on Broken is a terrible idea, okay? I know it's absolute butt. But it was the best I had, okay? So I used Thunderbolt and I was able to have it on orange HP. It used Dragon Rage on me, but obviously it didn't do that much. It just did the base 40 damage. After that, it used the Hyper Potion, and then I just spammed Thunderbolt again. This time I was able to paralyze it, but before I was able to finish it off, it switched out and then it used Dragonair. So I ended up hitting it with Thunderbolt instead, which did almost nothing. After that, I used Ice Beam. It did a lot more damage than I thought. After that, it used Aqua Tail, and I thought for sure I was dead. I was like, ain't no way I'm making it out alive. But I make it alive with 26 HP. Because of Broken's ability, it got poison, and it was on red HP now, and I was able to use Ice Beam one more time to knock it out. After that, it sends out Kingdra. Hoping that I could land at least one hit, I used Thunderbolt, but Kingdra uses Hydro Pump first, and that ended up knocking me out. So after that, I switched into Popcorn, and I was hoping that it was gonna do something, but we're about to find out. So I used Thunderbolt, but it used Smoke Screen, so I ended up missing. After that, I used the Hydro Pump that went way too much damage. After that, I did a Thunderbolt that did way too less damage. And after this, I was like, holy cow. So I decided to use another Thunderbolt, but Hydro Pump hits first, knocking me out. And honestly, I was shook. I had no idea what I was gonna do. After that, I sent out Jinbei and I use Hypnosis. Dragon Pulse lands first and does more than half. I missed. After that, I tried using a different move, but Dragon Pulse lands first because it's faster, and I ended up dying. Man, at this point, I'm losing Pokemon so fast, I just want to quit at this point. After that, I sent out Garfield and I used Ice Beam. It did no damage, and then after that, it used a Citrus Berry, and then after that, it used a Smoke Screen. After that, I tried using Zen Headbutt to see if it did more damage, but it did only a little bit more. After that, Kingdra used Hydro Pump, and it did a little bit more than half, so I decided to switch out. I get Hydro Pumped, and it does about half. After that, it uses Smoke Screen again. After that, I used Charm like a dummy. I don't know why. I thought that was going to be helpful. After that, it uses Hyper Beam. I live on 1 HP, and I'm going absolutely insane. After that, I used Extra Sensory, but it still wasn't enough, but I used Wish, so I was able to heal up just enough. After that, I used Hyper Beam again, and I live again. After that, I used another Extra Sensory, and since it needed to recharge, I used Wish. Why would I do that? Oh man, I'm so dumb. And because of that, I lost my Pokemon. What was I thinking? I sent out God. I get Hyper Beam. I use Horn Attack. I was able to land a critical hit, and I was able to knock that out. At this point, I had no hope. I did all that in one take, so I said after that way too many times. I'm gonna try not to say that because that junk got annoying real fast. I used Close Combat, and it did way more than I thought. It freaking one-shotted it. That was absolutely insane. Last Pokemon was a Gyarados that was from the very start where it switched out, and it was already paralyzed. It used a full restore. I used Close Combat. It did nothing like I expected, but hey, it doesn't hurt to try. I switched into Garfield. I used Zen Headbutt. Got it to half. It used Dragon Rage. Knocked me out. I sent out God. I use Horn Attack. I have it on red HP. It uses Dragon Rage. Doesn't kill me. I use Horn Attack one more time, and I won. I don't know how I did it. Yo, we actually won. No way. But at what cost? We lost every single good team member we had. Just like I said, I don't have any more good team members. Like, I only have like 4 or 5 Pokemon left in my Pokebox. I lost everybody else. I honestly thought this was the run, but we had a couple more encounters that we could catch that I haven't gotten yet. But I will say I'm gonna go ahead and skip all that because the video is already long as it is, and I don't want this video to be too long. So we're gonna go ahead and skip to it, and we're gonna go straight to the Elite Four. Oh no, I'm so freaking scared. After freaking out, it sends out a Zaltu, and I send out Bob. I use Feint Attack, but it's faster, so it uses Confuse Ray. Luckily, I don't get confused, and I was able to land the Feint Attack. I did little less than half. After that, it used me first to use Shadow Ball, but since that doesn't do nothing to me, it was nothing. And I snapped out of Confusion, which was really nice. I used Shadow Ball, got it to red HP, but it used the full restore. So after bringing it down back using Feint Attack, I was able to have it on red HP. I used Feint Attack again, but of course, it doesn't do much because I am Dark type. So I used Feint Attack on it, and we were able to knock it out. Next, it sends out an Executor, and I used Feint Attack. After that, it used Reflect. I used Confuse Ray. From the confusion, it hurt itself. I used Feint Attack, and I was able to knock it out with a critical hit. Luck must be on my side. After that, it sends out a Jinx. It uses Ice Punch, but doesn't do anything, so I use Confuse Ray. It doesn't hurt itself from confusion, but it still misses. I use Feint Attack, got it to less than half. The Reflect wore off. Lovely Kiss missed again. I used Shadow Ball to have it on orange HP. It's hurt itself from confusion. I used Feint Attack, and we were able to knock out the Jinx. Next is a Slowbro. I start off by using Feint Attack again. It uses Curse, lowers its speed, but it raises its attack and defense. I used Confuse Ray, but because of its ability, it doesn't work. After that, it used another Curse. After that, I start using Shadow Ball because I was starting to get freaked out. I was able to have it on red HP after a critical hit. It didn't kill, sadly. Luckily for me, it used another Curse. I used Shadow Ball, and I was able to knock it out. Man, that one was getting scary. Next was the last Zaltu. So, I used Shadow Ball, but Zaltu hits first with Confuse Ray. I get confused, but I was still able to land the Shadow Ball. I decided to do it again, and it used Aerial Ace. But this time, I got confused, so I wasn't able to land it. After that, I decided to switch in the map because I thought it was too dangerous to keep out. It uses Confuse Ray. I use Ice Fang, and we were able to beat the first Elite Four member. This is looking promising. And this was my honest reaction to seeing Koga. Who is this? This person looks weird. I can't tell who the heck that is. Is that really Koga? Bro, that does not look like Koga. To this day, I swear that is not him. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started with our second Elite Four member, Koga. So he sends out an area dose, and I send out Marsh. I use flamethrower, and I was able to knock it out one shot. Also, I am carrying an item. I forgot what it's called, but it's the one where I could only use one move, and it makes my attack super strong. I don't know what it is. After that, we use flamethrower on the fortress, and we're able to knock that out as well. This one gets a little annoying. Muck keeps using minimize, which makes it harder to hit. But to summarize it, we use flamethrower until we're able to get it to red HP, and then after that, it uses a full restore. While we were doing that, Mug actually decided to use a different move for once and use Toxic. After a little bit of missing and getting a little annoyed, we were able to knock it out. Next was Crobat, and I honestly thought it was going to go different, but then it uses double team, and I just knew this was going to suck. So let me go ahead and fast forward this because it's just super repetitive. I decided to switch out of Patrick, and I had to wait so many turns just for me to land Thunderbolt. Once we were able to land the Thunderbolt, we were able to kill it with one shot, but man, that was annoying. After that, he sends out Venomoth, and I use Ice Beam. It did a lot less than I thought, but it's whatever. Venomoth uses Psychic, and it does nothing to me either. After that, I decided to use Thunderbolt, and I land the Paralysis, which was really nice. Not needed, but very nice. Because of the Paralysis, the Venomoth couldn't move, and I was able to finish it off with one more Thunderbolt. After that, we beat Koga, but man, I had to beat his ass. I'm just kidding. Out of anything, he beat me up anyways. We go ahead and fight the next Elite Four member, Bruno. Alright, this should be a breeze. So I set up with Swords Dance, and Hitmonlee sets up with Dig. Next turn, I set up with Swords Dance again, and after that, him on top uses Dig. After that, it uses a quick attack, and I was able to knock it out with an aerial ace. Hitmonlee used Blaze Kick, which was super dangerous, but I still ended up hitting the aerial ace, and I was able to knock it out as well. After some advice from chat, I switch into Marsh. I take an Ice Punch, and I use Flamethrower. I was able to get it at half. After that, Hitmonchan used Thunder Punch. It didn't do much. I used Flamethrower, and I was able to knock it out. Next, I switch out into Patrick. It uses an Earthquake. I use a Surf, and I was able to knock it out one shot. After that, he sends out his Machamp. I use Surf. He uses Rock Slide. It did a lot, so I use Recover. It did Rock Slide again. It did a lot again, so I decided to Recover. I realized this was gonna be tough to deal with because I don't know how many recovers I'll have to use. After that, I used Surf, but he had a Citrus Berry, so it healed itself back. Then he used Revenge, and it did a lot of damage, so I had to keep using Recover again and again and again. And this kept happening for a while, and I was so scared because Patrick is super important to the team for the champion. So after stalling for a while using Recover, we were able to kill it, but my god, this took way too long. I didn't know what I was supposed to do, if I'm being honest. Okay, so I will say this, that I've had a lot of help from my chat, and especially from Slayer. So I just want to give a shout out to him, because I wouldn't have gotten this far without him. So I just wanted to shout that out. Alright, so this is the last Elite Four member, Karen. This one, I'm kind of scared for, I'm not gonna lie. So she sends out an Umbreon, and I use Close Combat. It was on 1 HP. It used Double Team, so I used Swords Dance, because I knew it was gonna go for a full restore. After that, I used Close Combat again, and I was able to knock it out. Next, it sends out a Murkrow, so I switched out to Matt. I used Plug, and it got a critical hit. What is my luck? After that, I used Ice Fang, and I was able to knock it out. But man, what the heck was that? Oof! No, 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 no! Oh my god! Oh my goodness gracious, Lord have mercy on somebody's soul. As you saw, I was not expecting Dark Pulse on Patrick. After that, I used Surf, and I was able to knock it out in one shot. After switching to Marsh, I got Acid, and I got a critical hit. After that, I used a Flamethrower, and I was able to knock this out as well. Next was the Gengar, and it used Focus Blast on me, and it took me to 30 HP. I used Flamethrower, and I got it super low. I was not expecting it to go that low. After that, I switched into Bob, totally forgetting that it was going to use Focus Blast, and then I ended up doing this. I'm so dumb! I'm so dumb! I am so dumb! I am so dumb! I don't know what type of crack I just took, but I don't know what was going through my head when I did that. Alright, so after all that, I'm still pretty butthurt, and I'm still pretty much thinking about what just happened and how I am down a Pokemon, and that Pokemon was pretty much my tank. So after that, I planned a little, or just had something in mind, and we went ahead, started getting ready to fight the champion. And oh my goodness, I've never made it this far. This is like my 4th attempt. This was crazy. I'm excited. Alright, so with that, we're facing Lance the champion, and I am scared out of my mind. He sends out a Gyarados, and I send out Patrick, and after using Thunderbolt and taking it to red HP, HP. It used Waterfall on me. Then it decided to use a full restore, and then I used Thunderbolt again, but this time I was actually able to knock it out completely. After that, it sent out a Dragonite, and I used Ice Beam, and I got it to red HP, and I had it frozen. Also, this is when I found out that I forgot to level up my Pokemon to the level cap. One reason why this attempt may have cost me the match. After that, the next Dragonite came out. I used Ice Beam again, got it to red HP, but this time it used Thunder Wave on me. It missed the Hyper Beam, and I was able to land Ice Beam again, and I was able to knock out this Dragonite. Next, it sends out the Aerodactyl, and it uses Crunch, and it does way more than half. After that, I still land the Surf, and I was so close to killing it, and this is where I also messed up, and I beat myself up for this every time. I decided to switch out into Marsh, and then it used a full restore. I had a chance to freaking end it. At least could have had a closer chance. After that, I used Marsh and I used Flamethrower. I didn't do as much, and then it used Rock Slide, and it completely KO'd me. After that, I sent out God, hoping that I could do a close combat, but I got knocked out as well. At this point, I lost hope, and I went ahead and sent out Lime. I just used U-Turn. I didn't really care. After that, I switched into Matt, and then I got switched into Charizard. I used Earthquake, and then realized nothing happened, so I had to switch back out to Patrick, and I was able to kill it with a Surf. After that, I tried to kill it with an Ice Beam, but I got Thunder Fang. Also, I think Patrick has an ability that took away Paralyze. I don't know how that went away. After that, I got Slash with my last Pokemon, and just like that, I lost the run. Oh, I'm so butthurt. I'm so butthurt. So with that, that will be the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed. If you like what you saw, consider subscribing and liking the video. If not, totally cool. Y'all have a blessed day. See ya.